What is up, guys? Welcome to Speak for Sports. My name is Sparsh, and today we're actually going to be talking about the Golden State Warriors. Now, as I was saying, right, with the Lakers in my previous video, the Lakers, they had a pretty easy schedule, but they were not really able to take advantage of that. But Golden State Warriors, on the other hand, they've also had sort of a similar schedule as well. Lots of home games and lots of pretty fairly easy teams to play, but they've also had some pretty tough competition on the way. We'll talk more about that later. But now, they are currently sitting with the best record in the NBA, sitting at 13-2, and Steph Curry right now is currently in the number one spot for the MVP. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell for push notifications. That way you're always up to date with what we are posting, and it makes us more eager to post stuff for you. Now, as I was saying before, the Golden State Warriors are currently 13-2. This game that they had today, they were playing the Pistons without Steph Curry. And today, Jordan Poole, he dropped like 33 points. And, something that I've been looking at with the Warriors is that this team has completely transformed itself from what they had last year, right? They had this really nice pace close to the end of the year where Steph was having some sort of crazy run, right? Steph had some insane scoring outputs, right? And some people were even saying that he should have been the MVP that year, despite being in the play-in. Right? That's how amazing he was playing last year. Now we're seeing that same thing happen this year, but this time they're getting the wins, right? And what's amazing to see is that what we've been seeing previously with the Golden State Warriors, yes, they are an absolute offensive threat. Steph Curry, no matter where you guard him, right, it's an absolute nightmare. This guy is shooting around like 40+% from the three, and that is when he's being like contested, double teamed, even triple teamed. People guarding him from when he's not even at half court yet, and he's still making those shots. Right, the Warriors, they were always great offensively, but now we're seeing a new identity to this team where they are also exceeding very well defensively. What we've been seeing from Steph as well, he's also becoming a plus defender for this team. Not only is he being able to really move fast around the screens, create those shots for himself, right, dish it out to somebody for the three, but he's also been pretty good with the on-ball defense, getting some of those deflections here, and they're helping his team out. And we're also seeing this a lot with the bench players as well. We're seeing Jordan Poole, we're seeing Gary Payton, right? We're seeing those guys get, even Nemanja Bjelica, right? We're seeing these guys get all these touches, get all these shots in. And it's so outstanding to see because there are some games where Steph is just, he's not really feeling it, right? There's some games he'll drop like 23 points, right? And that's uncharacteristic of Steph, right? We'd expect something around like 28, maybe 30, around that sort of scoring average. But what we're seeing now, we're seeing Jordan Poole, he's stepping up, right? We're seeing games where he drops like 15 to 30 points. That's an amazing plus as a bench player. We're seeing Draymond Green, of course, he's always going to be there for the playmaking. He'll get those high assists, rebounds, right? Really smart decision making from him as well, helping the team with the offensive flow, right? We already spoke about Steph Curry, of course. We're seeing Andrew Wiggins becoming that good slash, hack the ball kind of type player, right? Again, he's also really explosive with the way he plays as well. And we're seeing him finally have his spot in Golden State, right? He was being really heavily criticized for, his performance in Minnesota compared to the contract that he signed. But now what we're seeing here is that he has a really established role, and he's really helping the team not only offensively but defensively as well, right? Nemanja Bjelica, right? He was one of the players that they acquired in the offseason, right? This is actually a pretty underrated signing for them. We've been seeing this guy, he's been able to get like double-digit rebounds at some points, right? And he's also been able to take it from the three-point line and be able to create some three-point shots as well. And he's been really great with the offense as well, being able to keep up with the other bigs of the NBA, considering his age, right? That's a really great piece for them to have. Gary Payton, right? Gary Payton Jr. This guy, it's just, when you see him play, it is absolutely electric. when you see him on the floor. This guy, he was one of the players that was considered over Avery Bradley, right? And a lot of people are like, wait, why didn't you get Avery Bradley, right? But now we see why. Because what we see with this Warrior style of offense, right? The Warriors are currently like first in like they're in the top standings for offensive and defensive rating. This is something that we haven't seen from the Warriors in quite a while, and it's really refreshing to see. And Gary Payton Jr. He fits that mindset of the Warriors culture. He really fits that sort of play style that they have. Lots of really young and fast guys, along with Steph, right? And Steph is also just so fast with the way he plays as well. And something that I've noticed with Steph is that he is a bit slower than what he was in his like 2015, 2016 MVP season. But what we're seeing is that he has like an increased like frame size, and he's been able to sort of also use that to get by some other players as well, right? So that's also pretty good on Steph as well. And it's crazy because we're seeing all of this happen, and we're still waiting for Klay Thompson and James Wiseman to come back. This team is an absolute force to be reckoned with. I am absolutely like astonished seeing this kind of style of play from the Warriors. There was lots of debate early in the season about who's most likely going to get MVP, and what we've been seeing it was a toss up between KD and Steph, right? KD, he's having some insane shooting percentages. This is probably one of his best seasons percentage wise in shooting. Like, he's been absolutely able to just get anything from anywhere. And even the Brooklyn Nets, yes, they did have a bit of a rough start, but since then they have been able to get lots of wins in the W column and be there in one of the top standings of the East. But they still have a lot of things that they need to iron out, and their team, unlike the Warriors, they have a lot of more experienced veterans, right? So their pace of play is a lot slower to the Warriors, where you see these guys are constantly moving all over the spot, right? You have these guys playing so much team ball, passing it everywhere. Everything is just going so fast, and you see the Brooklyn Nets, they're not able to really keep up, right? And that was one of the things I noticed in that game when I was watching between Golden State and Brooklyn. And after that game, you finally start to realize, okay, Steph Curry might run away with the MVP this season. And I wouldn't be surprised if he does, because with the way that his team is playing, I mean, they only had one regulation time loss, and that was to the Charlotte Hornets. And even then, that was a pretty close game. And their other loss was an OT to the Memphis Grizzlies, right? Could have gone either way. And then those two losses, they just happened to be shooting pretty bad that night. And when I see this team, man, it's just they're going to go far. They're going to go really far in the Western Conference, and I would not be surprised to honestly see if they make it to the finals as well. This team, Golden State is back, man. Golden State is back, and this is honestly a really, really exciting time in the NBA again, to finally see Steph Curry and this team, get back to what they once were, even before KD, right? Splash Brothers era, and now Klay is going to come back sometime around Christmas or even before that, right? That time is coming up soon. He's going to be that great three-point shooter type of player, just to add to their offense, which is already like incredible. And if he is still healthy, right? If he can still be around 80-90%, still a great on-ball defender. And James Wiseman, another great athletic big for them as well, right? This team is not even at its full potential yet, and I am really excited to see where this team is going to go. Anyways, what are your thoughts about the Golden State Warriors? Do you think this is a pretty good start, or do you think this is actually more of a fluke for them? Please make sure to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like our channel and subscribe as well. And also, one more thing, press the bell for push notifications. That way you're always up to date with our channel, and it makes us more eager to post content for you guys as well. This is Sparsh, and I will be updating you more throughout the NBA season. Take it easy, stay safe, and stay awesome.